Why do we sometimes kind of enjoy when we fail? Why do we sometimes kind of like that? Like deep in your mind, you feel like, okay, you know what? There is a part of me that I'm. It's actually happy that I failed. What are the consequences and where does it come from? How can we fight that? Trying to achieve something. If we have a task, we have a goal, we have something that we're trying to reach or accomplish. It can be too much pressure on ourselves. Where that pressure comes from, it can be from many different places. It can be pressure on you. We can be pressuring ourselves. It can be pressure coming from the family. It can be pressure coming from peers, from society. What for from many different places, and it doesn't really matter where it comes from. But in the end, what happens is that sometimes that pressure becomes just too much in order to handle it and achieve what we want. Sometimes everything that comes with the effort or achieving something, it becomes so much that it stops being something that we really desire. It becomes more. It's like a big load on our backs. It becomes more like a punishment. We're not happy that we failed because we know that it was something that it was gonna help us. It's probably an accomplishment that was gonna mean a big change for you, or simply something that it was gonna make you gain confidence. But in the back of our minds, we might feel relieved. That's what we feel, relieved to say, okay, this is over. Yes, I didn't achieve it, but you know what? I'm gonna get this off my back now. The problem when we are happy with the fact that we failed is that can transcend to different areas of your life. It's going to happen with the goals that you have at school. It could happen with goals that you have at work. It could happen with goals that you have at home, in relationships, and in every field of your life. And in the beginning, you might be happy that you didn't achieve something, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it has become a habit and you want to fail at everything that you do. But eventually you can start finding out that, hey, you know what, it actually feels good that I failed, because that just taking pressure away from me. So that's gonna push you to the point where you're probably gonna start moving back, or not even trying at all new things that you wanted to do, new accomplishment and new goals. Why? Because you're falling in a comfortable zone where you say, I like this place where I don't feel the pressure. I like this place where I don't I don't feel like I have to do something, like I have to achieve this. I feel more at peace with it. Yes, I'm not accomplishing and I'm probably not getting better, but in the end, you start becoming happy with the place where you are, being comfortable, probably being mediocre, and far from really using all the potential or finding the potential that you can have. That's why it's you really want to pay attention to what's going on inside of you when you fail. If you have that little part of you that says, hey, you know what, it's not that bad after all, at least I'm removing this dark cloud away from me, this thing that it was really getting on my way and it was just making me feel anxious and stressed. Well, maybe what you have to do is that you have to start with goals that are smaller, like micro goals, and you gotta pay attention more on your self development, meaning you're getting better, not really accomplishing the thing that you want to do, but start. You can divide your goals in parts and say, okay, let's go to part one and achieve this part. Let's pay attention to this. Okay, let's move to the second part of the goal and achieve that. And you're thinking more not on the goal and achieving the goal, not on the result. You're thinking more on a growth mentality, on becoming better, on taking action and trying to be productive and pushing yourself. Not taking so much or not thinking so much of the result as a main thing that is going to tell you if you're doing things well or not, but more divided and thinking, okay, am I growing, am I getting better, am I getting closer, am I handling my emotions yet before that I was doing it before. That's more what we want to pay attention to. But you have to be very careful with that little part of you that is actually relieved when you fail, because that can become a habit and that can get to the point where it's going to push you to really say, I just don't want to try to accomplish anything else because I feel like I'm fine where I am and I'm at peace in this place where I am right now. Okay. Okay. I hope it helps, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.